All right, well, welcome to the Video Game Olympics preview show. I am live here with Video Game Olympics championship contender David Pigeon Pajinski. Pigeon, how are you?
Pajinski, doing pretty good. I'm glad that my native Poland is helping out the people of Ukraine.
That's where we that's where we want to go with this. Obviously, we're going to cover the Ukrainian crisis in the Video Game Olympics preview show.
Coming to you live from Krakow.
Oh,
Pajinski.
yes. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people don't know this about the Bird Game podcast, but it's really not about birds. It's all about our last names. We all know my last name is Gustavus.
Gustavus.
And that is where
Chauncey is Chickenson.
Yes, Chauncey
Chickenson.
Chickenson and Michael Owl something or another. I forget his last name a lot of the time.
Michael Owl.
Michael. I actually at one point had come up with names for all of us, and obviously
like an alternative last name.
Yes, and have now forgotten it at this time. But I remembered Pajinski and Gustavus.
I'm sure there's something you could do with Owl.
No, I had names, and it's they didn't hit. They did not come up. Olson.
Yeah, Owlson.
Owlson.
I like Chickenson though.
Chickenson.
His relatives back in the old country, they got the name from somewhere in the family tree. Their mother was a chicken.
Yes. Well,
Chickenson.
We all know. I mean, maybe mother was a chicken head. That's
chicken head or a chicken farmer. That would make a lot more sense.
I prefer to claim some chicken's mother was a chicken head. I think is I want to get the season rivalry going. All right. So Pigeon, how do you what's your mind state going into the Video Game Olympics this season?
Well, I'm just glad to be here. I think for the most part, I'm sitting back. I'm waiting for one of the very few games that I actually excel at to pop up. We're talking Bond, sometimes Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Since we've banned all Russian developed games, I can't really wait out for Tetris.
Well,
but
all versions of Tetris we own were since produced by Nintendo. Nintendo had the rights of all the versions of Tetris we own.
Okay. Yeah, the original Tetris that I own, I guess, would be the only one out of commission.
Yeah, the computer program Tetris, we're not allowed to play.
We will be censoring the Tetris theme song, which is a Russian folk song.
Absolutely, yeah, that definitely. Again, big part of our political initiative to ban Russian competitors from the Video Game Olympics.
Yeah, holy cow! Didn't know enough about our backgrounds to know whether there was a Russian competitor or not.
Yes. Well, we banned them, and any Belarusian competitors also banned, and Belarusian games. But I'm sure we don't have any of those.
Hungarians too, I believe, are sympathetic to the Kremlin.
Oh wow, that's a lot going on there. So I feel wow, Dave, that is extremely loud.
Yeah, I'm walking in my house here.
I apologize to the one viewer that we have right now. This sounds terrible.
Yeah, we got a.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was supposed to hop on earlier. Had a Sunday night engagement here. Had a gig to play.
Yeah. So I feel pretty good about the level of play that we've hit in the Video Game Olympics this past season. I think everybody has raised their game. I know Michael has.
Yeah, I think Michael for sure has had a couple really good days. It's all about the aggregate, though. There's a couple standout performances from all of us.
Yeah.
But it's going to come down to who's grinding on those fucking, like, the Dreamcast, various Dreamcast racing games, various fighting games on the Genesis. That's what makes or breaks a championship.
It does. And Chicken is our defending champion, and well deserved. He had a great season. He kind of slowly ground me down all year and was able to come through in the championship. I think that's a tremendous accomplishment for him.
Yeah, it's getting those first places in those,
Yeah.
like, games that are really from last year, because there'd just be like a random game that like none of us did very well at, but Chicken would win by like a slim margin.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tron.
Yeah, Tron. There was probably a dozen games like that. We're just well, everybody kind of sucked dick today at this game. Chicken came out on top.
Absolutely, and he ground me down, and I think I need to step up my level of play, and I believe Dave Pigeon Pajinski also played better, but didn't see the results. There were a lot of games where you put some competitive scores up that made it harder on me and Chicken and Michael, but we ended up beating you regardless, but you set a higher standard for all of us. So
yeah, I think I was happy with my early match performance. I just couldn't seal the deal on some of those when I would get into the the matches that mattered.
Yeah, and I mean, we all know. I mean, we're moving past it. Obviously, it's not a big deal with all of us, but the cheating scandal. I mean, obviously, you brought a great disgrace on your family and the competition, but we're moving past it. I mean, nobody's bitter about it anymore. We're just trying to move on.
I think that my apology should have been sufficient.
Yeah, well,
my apology video was very heartfelt, very very authentic, and real and raw.
Well, telling people to suck your nuts isn't really, I don't think it's getting it done. But that's okay. We're moving on. I'm not angry about it. I'm not bitter about it. It's we're just moving on.
I count it as one of the greatest modern performances of Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm sure Lance Armstrong also thinks his Tour de France's were some of the greatest of all time. Congratulations on that. It was an amazing performance. I think you actually played legitimately well, and it was tainted by your
I think
tremendous cheating.
I would have gotten at least a second place, because the only match that it really came into play was against Chicken in the final, when he just was slaughtering me.
We do not know that. In fairness.
Yeah, in fairness, I'll give you that. But
we have no idea what that actually did.
Yeah, very very interesting. Very interesting setup there.
We are,
because it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a terrible difference.
Yeah.
At least I don't think.
Well, I mean, who knows? I can't. I don't know the game well enough to know what edge that gave you. But like I said, we're moving on. So to start the new season, let's get into the games. Dave, I'm sure you can see that I've shared screen here. So, are we ready for?
I got it in my in my pocket here. Give me a second.
Okay, yeah, we'll give you a second here while the stream seems to want to drop frames for unknown reasons. That could be ruining our audio quality, but that is what it is. All right. Tell me when you're ready, Dave.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, game 1. Gran Turismo 3. Yes. So we obviously in the sim racing. Yes, the robot vote. We've changed up several things. We've changed up our voting categories. I did that in an effort to make things more competitive with to help you guys out a little bit, you and Michael out a little bit. So there should be less racing games this time around. Hey, Dave, give me a second here. Stop talking. Sorry. What the hell is? We're having technical difficulties here. You're back.
All right.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can go back on your point there. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Gran Turismo 4. Excited to see what this game's about. I think, I felt like out of the games we had to choose from, I had a decent chance with this game just because of our history with
Yeah,
4.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
the reasoning on my part there.
It's a very similar game. For the viewers out there, I forgot to configure audio on each scene, so this will be fun. This will be fun. I'll do that on the fly every time. Yeah, so sim racing game. We're gonna play it in a round robin, a single round robin. I'm trying to get away from tournaments. I'm not a big fan of tournament style play anymore.
Yeah, and I think that of all the things that of all the ways that we could go about that, I think that the round robin style kind of helps me and Michael in terms of like not being kicked out early.
Yeah, and it's for you, I think it helps you because once you learn a game, you're decent. You're not as quick of a learner, so I think more chances to play really helps you out a lot.
Yeah.
And from the perspective of a lot of the games we play, sometimes there is a very obvious fourth place person, and we can have a lot of games where there's 3 people that are competitive. So the second best player in a tournament can lose in the first round just because they're playing the best player, and that's not fair necessarily. So going through player history in the genre, I'm at the top. Chicken is close behind me, and then you and Michael are slugging it away down there in third and fourth. I'm not totally.
That seems about right.
And this is why we reformatted this, because in the previous voting formats, you could have a arcade racing game and a sim racing game in the same day, and that's just too much of a disparity.
That's not really helping anybody but you and Chicken.
Exactly. So we've split these, and that will never happen again now in this format. Keys to victory: car control and braking. Obviously, it's a sim game. You're going to have to be able to use your brakes properly, and you can't be driving the car off the road constantly. And
that sounds. That's usually my issue is that I end up off the road in a racing game. That's where it usually goes wrong for me. So, might watch some tape there.
I'm going to watch some tape. In Gran Turismo, I think. How well do you feel the handling of that game in your perspective?
I played the campaign in Gran Turismo 4. So I at one point in my life was pretty decent at it. It's a little bit. It's pretty close to a sim. It's probably out of the technology that we had, the most realistic racing sim, and the most difficult handling in terms of like the most sensitive handling, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange game. A different type of game for us. I'm going to mute you real quick, Dave, so we can hear in the background Dave is possibly taking a shower during this. I don't know. So to the voting, I gave it a first place vote. Chicken gave it a first place vote. Owl with a fourth place vote. Dave, you went first, and the robot with a first place vote. So this was a very, very well thought of game in the voting.
Yeah, I think the robot knew what it was doing. Now, is the robot? I don't know why I'm even asking this question. Is the robot vote based in some sort of like on our votes, or is it a random vote?
It is as usual a random vote, so that is from random.org.
Okay, so that's not an AI machine learning vote.
No, not yet. I do the work at a university that can develop that technology for us, but I don't think we're quite there yet. Yeah, that's soon to come. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking in by 2025. We don't even play anymore. It's just an AI based off of our tendencies will play instead of us. So
yeah, we just write a program to play and Twitch stream every hour on the hour.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we won't even be playing in the video game Olympics. We're going to force our AI to play for us for 8 hours. Okay, moving on. Game 2. Oh, and it's configured properly this time. Video Olympics.
Interesting.
Game 2. Video Olympics.
Video Olympics in the video game Olympics.
Yes, and it is the game that partially inspired this competition. This is basically just Pong.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that on
the ballot
on the thing. What did I vote this third? Yeah, I wasn't feeling too strong about it.
Yeah, Pong. So primitive genre. We'll go with a single round robin here. And then past competitions, we did play this in 2014. I don't remember this very well because
I don't remember that at all.
I remember playing Pong and Owl having a strong performance, but as you can see by the standings here, I won it, Chicken was second, you were third.
Yeah.
So maybe 2013, when we didn't have records for this, Michael may have had that dominant experience because Michael was the one who discovered the press the button and it goes faster technique.
Yes, and it bends, right?
Yes.
He was bending it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that, but I don't remember him winning. I think because we figured out immediately what he was doing, and then he might have just lost after that, despite that technological edge.
And despite Michael being a pioneer in a then 35, 40-year-old game where he discovered something that everybody probably had already learned.
You know what I was thinking about the other day, actually? I was thinking about the Pong tournament that we had. Mm-hmm. Which, was the first of the video game tournaments and video game Olympic style competitions in our friend group. And I remember how we just we were throwing money out, like we were betting on the games.
Yes.
But then Kyle just pulled out a knife and he's like, if I lose, I'm just going to take the money.
Yeah, we did some.
And it was like $20.
And we did some betting, and as I recall from those competitions, we invited a great number of people, and a great number of people said they would come, but of course, only about 4 people were actually in the room at any time.
Which is surprising because we hyped that up just the way that we hyped up all of the other events at your house in high school. You
would have thought that people would have shown up. These people said they were coming. That was amazing.
Yeah. People RSVP'd to the Pong tournament.
But that was the first of this style competition that you're going to see on April 16th, probably at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So for anybody watching, just tune in then.
April 16th, that's the Saturday before Easter, correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I got that marked down on the calendar.
Yes.
This is, and I guess this is as good as time as any. Would you be interested in getting breakfast that morning at the Golden Dawn?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, me and Chicken are planning a trip to the Golden Dawn, so I figured that was a good.
Seems like a big day for us. I would imagine some billiards will be played as well, and possibly live streamed.
Oh yeah, we could live stream billiards.
Yes,
I guess with the GoPro.
We got the GoPro. We got several camera options for that.
Yeah, webcams and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, live stream billiards would be hilarious. Just have a top-down camera
and
stream it as we would any other game.
Yeah, we can. Well, it's doable.
I no. Now that I know this, like I could rent a camera for us if we want to have like a room camera and a
Yeah,
top down camera. I could rent us a switcher.
there you go.
We could make this a big production.
I like the sound of it. Player history in the genre. Again, me and Chicken at the top, but this time Owl pretty strong in the primitive games.
Yeah, that's a common thread. Michael will vote up primitive games
Yep.
because he knows he has a better chance just in general.
And this is why I added in the robot vote because everything is so predictable in the voting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then this is surprising to me given that you've been my friend for so long. You kind of struggle in these
Dog
games.
shit.
Yeah.
Dog
Terrible.
shit. Yeah, I do terrible. I always vote them low because I don't do well. And you
Yes.
think usually me and Michael have like skill in similar games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel if it's a game that me and Michael are good at, it's not a game that you guys are good at.
Yeah.
There's just fewer of those than there are games that you're good at.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, this is one thing where Michael has a clear advantage over me specifically, and that affects that third fourth dynamic. So the more primitive games Michael has, the better edge he has over me for that third place.
I'm very surprised by this. Really surprised by this, given that you've got the experience in you've seen these games. We've known each other a long time.
Yeah.
You've had to
Well, I'm
play
not
these
any
before.
better at fucking Dreamcast games either.
Well, I mean, I just would have thought maybe there was a chance here for you. And then it's Pong. It is a reaction-based game. Also, whatever the hell you're doing is really piercing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm making ramen.
Yeah, it's cutting through pretty good here. The reactions are pretty important here. So I think that's really all that game is reaction time and maybe some fine motor skills.
I think that's my issue with primitive games is that it's all reaction time, and I think that's one of my motor skills are probably average, but I think I have below average reaction time.
Yeah,
it's in general, just in
tough.
life.
All right, so the voting here, I went second. Chicken gave it a first. Al gave it a first. You gave it a third, and which really didn't tank it enough. And the robot, big fan of this game. Robot agreeing with us with a second place. I think we've lost Dave. Oh, he's back.
No, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the robot pulled it through. All right, so moving on to game 3. Tony Hawk 2X.
Interesting.
So I don't think Dave knows this. Pigeon knows this. Tony Hawk 2X is the first Tony Hawk game on the original Xbox. It is an original Xbox exclusive game.
Interesting. I didn't know what it was, but I did look it up and saw that. Yes. I saw that it was on Xbox. I didn't know it was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, it is. It has all the levels of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, has all the levels of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, has the mechanics for both games, so you can play by the rules of either game. It has a couple exclusive levels.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know what the hell it was, but it looked like that era, which I'm usually pretty comfortable playing Tony Hawk games from that era, that generation.
So it is I think it might be my favorite Tony Hawk Pro Skater game.
Really?
It plays really well because I like Pro Skater 2, and now this game just has Pro Skater 2 mechanics with the original Pro Skater maps. So
yeah, which I like. You got to love that warehouse.
Likely we'll be playing Warehouse if I had to guess. Obviously, Tony Hawk game, extreme sports genre. Of the Olympic format, we are going high score. I don't think we need to play any of the other game modes there. Past competitions, we have never played this game before. It's a newer game in the collection. Player history in the genre, Chicken is out ahead. Pigeon in second, myself in third, and Owl in fourth. We know Michael is not a strong competitor in these games.
I am shocked that I am second place in extreme sports.
Yeah.
That makes no goddamn sense at all.
I know why. Part of this is because it's since 2014. Because I know the 2013 season, I was running this category.
Yeah.
Including almost beating you and Chicken combined with Michael as my teammate in some of them.
Yeah. I just don't remember any non-Tony Hawk game that I've been good at ever.
Well, what's helping you in this is you guys, when it's you and Chicken, when we picked team games, you would pick one of these and beat me and Michael.
Oh, yeah.
So that's contributing.
I forgot about the team games.
Yeah. That's probably what's putting the points in for you here. We also haven't played that many non-Tony Hawk extreme sports games.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like Dave Mira. I know that was in the list here. I think I voted that relatively high.
Yeah, and we haven't played too many of them. So, but we'll see who comes out in this one. This is a game that should suit all three of us. Keys to victory. Obviously, you need to grip those big combos. This game will have manuals. So
yeah,
that's a key factor here. And then efficient use of time. I think where I've gotten in trouble in these games, and I'm sure, Dave, you'd agree, is sometimes you keep bailing and bailing and bailing. You get in a bail stretch.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
That's where it gets troubling. I mean, because it's easy to get frustrated and then try to keep pushing and keep trying to do things. And I think that's where a lot of us get in trouble. Now, obviously, we're all getting a point out of this game. We all know it. I know if Michael is watching this right now, or when he sees this, he's going to be very disappointed. We know we're getting a point, at least a point out of it. So voting, this is my favorite Tony Hawk game, as I said. So I went first. Chicken went first. Al fifth. Pigeon, a nice cool second for you. I don't remember what you voted first, but and the robot
might have been
likes it.
Dave Mira. I don't know. I forget.
Let me. I can pull that up if I take a second here. Yeah, the robot was a big fan of this game. So
yeah,
and what I've found is besides one game, the robot has basically agreed with everything we did. So I don't know. That wasn't how I planned it, but that's what you get sometimes. Sorry, I'm pulling up your ballot. Respondent number 5. Where is it at? Extreme platformers. Oh, it was in the extreme platformers category. So you voted Donkey Kong Country 2 second. Or first, I mean.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country 2, yeah.
Yeah, Matt Hoffman third. Bubble Bobble fourth. And Trans World
Matt
Snowboarding.
Hoffman, that's what it was.
Yes.
Wasn't Dave Mira.
And sadly, Trans World Snowboarding got a 5th place. That game had probably no chance of ever getting elected there. All right, so moving on to Game 4. Only 2 more games to announce. And Game 4 is Power Stone 2.
Yeah, not surprised here.
This game is buck. I would use the phrase buck to describe this.
Yeah, I know we played it in the past.
Yeah, we played it in the past. It is a 3D fighter, but it is a 4-player on the screen at one time fighting game, akin to Smash Brothers, but on crack cocaine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There
with
may
all of your favorite, like, as it doesn't have like the Midway characters and the.
No, this has this Capcom characters.
Yeah.
This game is nuts. So there's a Power Stone 1 on the Dreamcast, and it's only 2 players. They decided, hey, let's have 4 people on a stage. The stage is dynamic. There are weapons in the stage. If you collect all the Power Stones, your character gets powered up, and the stage will like destroy at times. So like sometimes you'll go into like
it'll
falling
crumble or
sequences.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or like
I
you have to
remember that.
escape a rock. A rolling rock, I know, is in one of the stages. I mean, this game is on meth. I mean, it's a cracked out game.
Yeah.
In 2018, 2019, which we may have footage of, I may have captured this. Chicken won. I finished second.
Yeah, I don't understand why Chicken voted it 5th.
Al was third and Pigeon was fourth. Well, we're going to talk about it when we talk about the team games, but I do have a theory here because there's a particular series that I think we all like that doesn't get the votes, and Power Stone is much like that series in that it's a great game, but does anybody really think they're going to win it? Because you very easily, I can tell you that Chicken won that, but you could have easily been the winner.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
last
and I was
time.
4th. I mean, it's a total toss up.
Total toss up. You just don't know. I mean, if you got good at the game, you could have some level of control over it, but it's still absolutely on coke. I mean,
Button masher.
Somebody can get a bazooka and really start to do a lot of damage, and then there's really no control over that. So, it's pretty coked out. History in the genre: Chicken with 32 points is the leader. Owl, a 30-point player. I've got 27, and Pigeon, you're way back there in 14th. So a tight genre as well. 3D fighters.
I'm trying to think of like what other 3D fighters.
That would be something like Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive. Yeah. We've played Power Stone, Dead or Alive. We've played Smash once, I think. That might be in there. Those types of games.
I think when I was voting for this game, I thought that it was Soul Calibur. But now that we're just describing it, I do remember Power Stone, like the stage falling and all that. Yeah.
It's a 4-player arena fighting game. It's insane, and it has guns. So that's really good. You can get a flamethrower. A lot of good things. Keys to victory, controlling chaos. I mean, that's you just got to be ready for anything in this game. So the voting, I voted it first because it's just too good of a game. Like, I will vote even if I don't think I could win a game, if I think it's like a game we should play. So that's my first place vote. Chicken went 5th. I think that's a very strategic move on his part. But Owl and Pigeon, you guys seem to like it. You went 2nd, and the robot likes it.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Chicken had some sort of strategy he was trying to pull with the other games in the category.
Yeah. You voted WrestleMania first in this category. So
that has to be a mistake.
Well, you did it.
I do not think that I had intended to vote that first.
And Chicken went with Katamari Damacy first, which makes sense. He knows that game.
Voted Katamari. Where did I put that?
5th.
Because I remember playing Katamari. Yeah, I think I knew, like, seeing that game, I'm like, Chicken's gonna fucking vote this.
Yep.
High.
Well, you counteracted it, and the robot came through. So we're playing Power Stone 2. Too bad to everybody. Too bad to Chicken. You're going to have to play it, and you're going to be mad. And there's a chance of controllers getting broken on this game. All right. We'll go. And now the 5th game.
Yeah, I mean, any fighting game.
Absolutely. All right, game 5, and this was the game I mentioned in our group chat that I was very surprised that Chick and I agreed on. It was first debuted on our channel on stream. It's Red Faction 2. So I was very excited for this game. I played it on stream. I think this is one of the better console
I
first-person
cannot
shooter games
believe
of the era.
the robot gave us a fifth, and it still won.
Yes,
Why?
we all
I know
voted it high.
I voted it second, but I don't know why. Like I don't know what I was thinking for this.
So we will play this 4-player split screen. We haven't played it before in the Olympics. I think this game's awesome. So we'll talk about the genre history real quick. Me and Chicken are head to head, neck and neck here, and then you and Al struggling in the first person shooters.
Yeah, I think all 10 of those points are probably from Bond. There's not a
Team games,
single other
Bond.
first person
Yes.
shooter. Yeah. Like not a single other one that I think I've ever done well at.
Yeah. So it's going to be keys to victory, weapon usage, and map knowledge. So when I played it on stream for the 45 minutes, and that's the only amount of time I've played this game, maps are awesome, and the weapons are dope. So I think it's going to be a great time.
I mean, I'm excited.
In my
We'll
opinion, these weapons are better than Bond weapon. I think this is a better game than Bond. Um, from a variety of aspects.
Man, bold claim.
Including the fact that in this game, if we had played this as a kid, this would have been a sick feature. You can, when you play as your profile in the game, it will create a ghost character that has all of your tendencies, so you can like play yourself or your friends, even if they're not there.
That's pretty cool.
So, however, like we talked about the machine learning, it has that type of feature to it. So, like if everybody has a profile, it will, I don't know how accurate it is for 2004 or whatever, but it will give you a ghost type character that you could play when your friends aren't around as a bot, which would be sick in Bond.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what that would be like in Bond, or even like, Time Splitters or something that we're like more familiar with, where
Right.
we actually do have like playing personalities. And
well, I think
that's pretty cool.
As far as I can tell, like if you like to walk around and hoard weapons, that character will do that. It'll do those types of things. But the game's sick. I love the weapons. I think it'll be a good time. So Chicken and I 1-2 or voted it first, and then you two, Owl and Pigeon, second place. So you must have saw something you liked there. Didn't like the other games.
That was just I'm guessing the other games were worse.
Yeah, you won Goldeneye first, and then Zombie Revenge, Wild Guns, which is a shoot 'em up, and Urban Strike, a flying shoot 'em up.
A bunch of shit I've never heard of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough because the robot will help us with this, because basically a shoot 'em up has zero chance of ever winning a vote. So we kind of need the robot to pull it through one time.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I voted Goldeneye first just because of the name recognition, but I am not good at Goldeneye either. So
well, it is funny.
Just a terrible category.
It is funny because Chicken voted that fifth, and I'm like, I know why he voted it fifth, because it was a Bond game, but at the same time, none of us would actually be good at it, so it's pretty much a toss-up.
It's just the controller. Like, I didn't want to play a 64 game.
Yeah, it's going to be horrible if we had to play it. All right, so the team games, I'm going to do a quick rundown of the team games. As a reminder, the team games are selected as second place games in the voting. This time we had a bunch of ties for second place. So the voting for the first place games wasn't close, but it was very tight for second place. So we have more than 5 team game options for the third and fourth place people at the end of the day. And here we go. So Top Gear, whoa, unbelievable. Top Gear 3000. Michael voted this first in the racing category. The aforementioned Go ahead.
I might have voted it high too, because I do like SNES racing games.
Yeah, let me look at you. Yeah, you got it second. So this could be most likely we know you and Michael are the potential team game people. So that could be an option for you. Goldeneye was another one that got a second place vote. A personal favorite of mine, and this was also debuted on stream, Blob Wars is a second place game. So this is a contender. This game is brutally hard. So could be interesting.
I did look up Blob Wars because it sounded familiar, and I was intrigued.
Yeah, and we did a long stream on it. It was a fun VGO at home stream for us here. Thanks to Pigeon, WrestleMania. It was a second place game for the NES. So WrestleMania is a possibility. Matt Hoffman is a possibility, though I doubt that will be the team game. There's about no chance that that's going to be the team game.
That's the only chance of that is if you and I somehow are third and fourth,
or like Chicken and I would pull
or
that
you
out.
And Chicken, yeah.
Donkey Kong Country 2. This is the most likely team game in my view.
I think so too. Me and Chicken are going to pull that and Goldeneye out. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
Me and Owl.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a good possibility. We'll see Donkey Kong Country 2. And this is the game I wanted to talk about. Do you like Bomberman, Dave?
I do like Bomberman.
Yeah.
I've never been good at it, but it's a fun game to play. It's one of those where it's like, what do we say? Was it Worms? It's like you can't get mad playing Worms. You can't get mad playing Bomberman.
Yeah.
It's just it's fun.
And so Bomberman has appeared on, we have so many Bomberman games. It has appeared on all of our ballots. It's appeared on a lot of ballots for the voting. So I voted it first. Dave, you voted it second. Michael and Chicken gave it fourths. And the robot gave it fourth. It's incredible to me. I think we all like the game. But I think it's the lack of confidence of having a chance to win it has going to keep it out of the Olympics.
I like its potential as a team game because, that's one that also is kind of a toss-up. And me and Michael, like if we have a good round, we could win a game of Bomberman. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Saturn Bomberman is one of maybe my second favorite Bomberman of the 18 that I own. I did stream it. And I really, really like the graphics. The graphic style of this one is, I think, awesome for the Saturn.
I love Saturn graphics. I mean, they're the missing link between between SNES and Dreamcast. I mean,
absolutely,
it's fucking the Sega Saturn.
So I love the graphics on the Saturn. What's insane about this game is if you buy 2 multi-taps, you can play local 10-player Saturn Bomberman. It will never happen. We'll never be able to do it because we don't know 10 people. But you can play.
And we would need 10 fucking Saturn controllers.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got 4, so we're
that's
got to
be. That's got to be the most local multiplayer, like the highest local multiplayer count for any game.
Yeah, I think
what the hell else can you play 10-player local multiplayer on?
I don't think there is another game that you can really do that with. It's insane. It's an insane feature that they decided to add, and it's amazing.
That really makes me want to do it though. Like,
no, I mean,
imagine streaming that. Like, what does that split screen look like?
I think
5 on top, 5 on the bottom.
Well, no, because it's the one world,
one big screen.
Yeah, it's the one big map, so you can do it. Yeah, if somehow I would buy the controllers and the 2 multi-taps if we had people interested.
If we had 10 people play.
Yeah, I mean, just to see
we could probably do it. We could bring it over here in Erie. I could round up fucking 6 other people to do that.
I would love to do it. I think Bomberman as a series, it may be an outdated concept for our group with how we function now. Would be good for like a game night as well, where you're just kind of sitting around and you're just playing a game. Because I think it's that style of game. Maybe not a great VGO experience, but I think we've lost Dave again.
No, I'm here.
He's back. Now, I think you look out for that on the channel. If we can get it together, 10-person Saturn Bomberman event would be insane.
I'm gonna work to make that happen.
Yeah, you let me know. I'll start spending the money on the peripherals, and we could see it happen. And you never know, that could be shown on community access television in Pennsylvania.
I'm telling you right now, even if I don't end up with that employment, I think I could, if I gave them a video of us doing that, they would just put it on there.
I think they should. I'm very intrigued by that. The fact that they give you that capability in this game, it's a shame that it probably never got used by anybody.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now, highest local multiplayer.
Yeah. Let me see.
Steam curator. Well, this is all like PC shit.
Yeah, it is. Let me look at the Wikipedia page. Yeah. Saturn Bomberman supports up to 10 human players on battle mode with 2 multi-taps. 7 players with just 1 multi-tap. So that's nuts.
Oh, because the Saturn has 4 ports for controllers to go in.
The Saturn has 2 ports.
So how many is the multi-tap? A 5-person multi-tap?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it's a 6-player. You could get 6 people on the multi-tap. So you would go. Yeah, I don't know how all this math works out, but I see a 6-player multi-tap. Yeah, this is crazy.
So then theoretically,
this is crazy.
You should be able to play a 12-person multiplayer game.
Yeah,
on the Saturn.
In theory, yes, I'm sure. Hardware, there is no game. Yeah, there is no game that you can do that. But yeah, that's nuts. So, any final parting thoughts here?
I'm excited for the team games. I think we got a chance with some of those. I had forgotten entirely that the team games were pulled from second place games.
Yep.
So I think it's interesting that like even a game like Goldeneye that Chicken tried to tank,
it's still there.
You still have that possibility to pull it up as a team game. I think that's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good feature of the voting.
Okay, well, we've talked for 50 minutes, so I think we're good to go. For anybody still watching, April 16th, possibly 1 p.m. Eastern time. Look for these crappy games in the Video Game Olympics, and we'll see you then.
Yeah.